New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins. The Patriots are 6.5 point road favorites over the Dolphins, a total of 39.5 or 40 in this one. Steven, we know again, Patriots outside chance of winning the AFC East. Again, they would need a loss by the Bills in order for that to happen. The Bills are double-digit favorites, but there is at least that chance out there. This was one of the first games I scratched off the list. It just, for me, tons of scoreboard watching going on. I don't imagine Bill Belichick cares all that much about this game. Once he looks up and sees that the Bills are up, a bajillion points or whatever. So I don't know. Too tough for me to try to figure out. So I just passed on it.
Well, full disclosure for those listening or watching that didn't watch last week's episode, Matt and Brad took me to the woodshed on the Miami Dolphins handicap a week ago, and I am a little bit frightened to say that I think this number is wrong for Miami this week. Based on the closing lines, this should be about New England -4 on a neutral, and it's 6.5 in Miami, so more than a touchdown on a neutral. So I'm tempted by the 6.5 for Miami. I'm curious if we get the 7. Probably not, because as we look now, it's actually moved back to 6 at a lot of shops. It's just hard to handicap Miami's motivation right after already being eliminated. You mentioned the angle of the Patriots might be scoreboard watching, but I do expect Miami to try and play spoiler and not bench their starters in this one for what that's worth. Brian Flores did the same thing 2 years ago and cost Tom Brady in New England a first-round bye with a Week 17 upset. And after you guys both kicked me in the nuts on the Dolphins handicap last week, I fully understand that this offense sucks and the offensive line is a massive liability. But I just, like Brad said in an earlier game, I just can't get to this number right now for New England.
Brad, I think this is a tough one because again, there's just a lot of different factors at play here. How did you look at this and again, we're sitting right now with New England as 6 or 6.5 point favorites.
Yeah, we'd definitely lean Miami with Steven. I do think we are probably getting a point or two extra because of the motivation, because of that blowout last week, for both teams. I think there's two interesting matchups. One is I'm not sure the Dolphins can block this New England defensive line. But also what we've seen cause Mac Jones problems so far this year is sticky man coverage. When they played the Saints, for example, that's what they did to them because the receivers just aren't that good. So if they can just man up on the outside and then, put the other 8 men in the box, the Patriots might have trouble running the ball as well. And that's not a recipe for covering 6.5 points on the road. So would definitely lean Miami, but, not a huge play.